Hey kids, happy Christmas! And I hope you're all having a really lovely, magical time this time of year. And we are back with some Christmas videos making amazing treats. So today we are going to make chocolate truffles, which are yummy and really super easy to make. And only 3 ingredients, maybe 4 if you want to decorate them a wee bit more. But these are really special treat for you to make for a surprise, maybe for your mommy or daddy or your granny or granddad. You might need a wee bit of help if you've got an older brother or sister, just because we are going to be melting some milk and butter in the pan, and it gets very, very hot. And we're also melting some chocolate over a pan, which is going to get very, very hot as well, so you're going to need some help. But other than that, it's really, really easy. So as always, I'll put the ingredients up so you know where how much you need and what the method you need to make them. But they're so easy. Everything I got from the supermarket and the pawn shop. I didn't have to go to any other shops or buy anything online. They're really, really easy ingredients to get hold of and to make. And we're going to start cracking. So chocolate truffles have 3 ingredients, and that is chocolate, cream and butter. Now if any mummies and daddies are watching and they're planning on making their own truffles, you can make them as over 18 as you like, with some brandy or rum or whiskey, or make them liqueur truffles. Or you can add an orange zest into them and make them like orange truffles. So you can add anything you want to them, but that's the 3 basic ingredients, and they're such a treat, like really, really blow thorns out of the water, and so much cheaper. And kids, what I'm also going to do today in this video is show you how to make a handmade box to give your special treats as a present to somebody. Really easy as well. But we're going to get on with the truffles. So I don't know how do I have to bring this up. In a pan we have, there we go, my camera skills are not the best, kids, as you probably know by now. We have 125 ml of double cream and 25 grams of butter, and you need to put that on the stove and bring it up to the boil. So it needs to be boiling, but don't boil over. As you can see, I've got my lovely Christmas red apron up. I'm sure you all have your decorations up already, or most of you do. But mine's just going up next weekend. But I've got Santa. I don't know if you can see Santa here. Santa's here looking over me. And I banned all them naughty elves from the shelves in this house. There's none of them allowed in this house. They're wee monkeys. I don't want none of their own carry on in this house. But I'm sure yours are up to mayhem already by this stage. Your mammies and daddies are cracking the babbling. But I know you love them all. But they're wee monkeys. Right, that is boiling. Now, and here we have, you see that, the steam's a bit bad. We have 125 grams of melted chocolate. Now, this is the thing about the truffles. I love milk chocolate and I love dark chocolate, but I know most kids, most people love milk chocolate. And milk chocolate is amazing, but it doesn't make great truffles because you can't use things like the chocolate you would buy in the shop to eat, like Dairy Milk or Galaxy, is no good for this. You need to buy like it's called high cocoa content, so it means that there's not as much sugar, or there's not as much like the fats that make up your chocolate bar that you eat. So what I done is I bought a 125 gram bar of really good quality milk chocolate from Lidl's, and it cost £1.09, and it's like 30, I think it's like 32% cocoa, which means it will set in the fridge. If you try and melt down a Galaxy bar or a Dairy Milk in here, it won't mix with your cream and your butter, so it won't set in the fridge, and it will make you really nice truffles. So you do have to get a good bar of milk chocolate, or any bar of dark chocolate that's over 60% cocoa. So it always tells you, what I say, if I have one here and I can show you. There we go, there's one there, and that's extra dark chocolate. So I haven't used that today, I'm using milk chocolate to show you. But if you can see there, it says 72% cocoa, which means that it's quite bitter, and it's dark chocolate, so it's but it sets really, really well in the fridge. So I'm using milk chocolate to show you that it can be made with milk chocolate, and they do set. So it's so easy. So basically, a lot of our time in this video is going to be showing you how to make your box to present them in. So if you can see me now, maybe I need to move this back a wee bit. Okay, so we have our melted chocolate, 125 grams, 125 milliliters of double cream, and 25 grams of butter. And all we do is we mix them together. Now, let me show you. Let's see if we just bend that down a wee bit better. Now, this is warm, so this is why you do need, can you see the steam coming off it? This is why you do need somebody to help you. Wee bit older brother, sister, that's going to be okay helping you hold the bowl and heating the cream and boiling the water to melt your chocolate. Don't try this on your own, even though I know you might want to make them as a surprise. So what we need to do is we need to keep stirring this, and we have to get lots and lots of air on there. So what the air does is going to cool it down, and it's going to start to thicken up, and it's going to get really, really shiny. And that is how it's starting now, and I'm making a mess everywhere, splashing it everywhere. Right, I am just going to get my whisk. If you don't have a whisk, it doesn't matter, you can just keep using a spoon. So, and I'm going to show you now when it's just nearly ready. Now, you don't have to, when we're making these up, when it sets, it's going to set really hard in the fridge in about, maybe about 10-15 minutes. So when that's setting, what we'll do is we'll make our box. But I just want to show you, I got these wee chocolate molds in the pound shop. I think there was 2 packets, 2 different types of shape. And this mixture of 125 grams of chocolate and 25 grams of butter and 125 ml of cream will make you 2 of these. So how many is that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So you can get 16 out of that, or you can just set it in the fridge, and when it's hard, I'll show you how to make wee truffle shapes just using a spoon and your fingers. So you don't have to go and buy anything special to make it. Okay, now can you see that? It's really lovely and yummy and shiny and thick. And that's exactly what's going to happen when it sets in the fridge. All that lovely chocolate and cream and butter has mixed together, and it's going to set really hard, and you'll be able to make your truffles. But what I'll do is I'll make one tray of these, and I'll also just leave the rest in the bowl, and then I'll show you how to make the rest of them, you know, just ordinary if you don't have one of these wee molds. So we're just going to pour some on. And you just want to scrape it right along. Oh, can you see there? Yeah. Just want to scrape it right along, so you want to get them all in there and all filled up. And I want to leave enough to show you how to make your own shapes. You can make balls, or you can make like wee oval shapes. Get them all filled up, and any that's left over, we're just going to scrape it back into the bowl again. So there we go. Right, some kitchen roll. Now, can you see that? I don't want to move them too much because they're kind of wobbly. So that's them all filled up. We're just going to sit that and sit the rest of our mixture in the fridge to set. And I'll be back in 2 seconds. Two seconds. So that's only going to take about maybe 15 minutes in the fridge, but what we can do if we're going to run out of time is I'll put them in the freezer, and you can do that as well if you're short of time. But I know you're going to have loads of time because you're going to be off school soon, and you're going to have loads of time to make all your treats, and maybe you're going to make some homemade presents this year, and this is a great homemade present. And we're going to do 2 videos today. This is the first one, which is our chocolate truffles, and the next one is going to be gingerbread men, only I'm going to be making gingerbread snowmen, and I'm going to show you how to make them and how to decorate them. But when our chocolate truffle mixture is in the fridge setting, I'm going to show you how to make a really easy box to put them in, so you don't have to go and buy swanky boxes, and you can decorate these as much as you want. I just bought, let me see now, might be better if I move this over here, because you're not going to want to look at me, you're going to want to look what I'm doing. So bear with me with the camera angles. Santa wants to say hello there. So all we need is, I'm actually going to take this off and sit it down here so you can see what I'm doing. All we need to make our boxes, make sure your work surface is nice and clean, and I know you all washed your hands before. You are going to wash your hands before you start making and cooking. So just make sure that our work surface is nice and clean. There's no splashes of chocolate to mess up our boxes. So this is a packet of card I got from the pawn shop. I think there's 30 pieces on it, and it's just perfect. It's just A4 white card, and I'll show you what they're going to look like when it's finished. I made one with red card, which I had in the house, but it's got its wee lid and it opens up. It's absolutely so easy to make. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So you've got your card, you've got a ruler, which I know you all have because you use them for school. You need a prick stick or a glue stick. 5 for £1 in the pawn shop. You need a pencil, a pair of scissors, And if you have some paper clips, they're really, really handy. But if not, you can use, if your big sister's got hair clips, or your hair clips, or your mommy's got hair clips, you can use them too. And you only need them for 5 minutes just to do your glue sets. So I'm going to show you how to make a box. So you card a long ways, and you get your ruler, and you put your ruler at the very bottom of your card, and just draw a line. And you want to be quite firm, because you're going to fold these lines. So I will show you now what it's going to look like. So you've got your card with 2 bits of paper on it, or your card with 2 lines on it from your ruler. And what you need to do then is you need to fold along them lines and do it really stuff, really sharp crease on both sides. So kidsies all excited about Christmas? I bet yous are. And you know what? Yous all been so good this year. Haven't been off school and not been able to see all your friends and play the way yous normally do. I know Christmas is going to be maybe a wee bit different for a lot of us this year. But Santa knows how good yous have been. Trust me. I've been talking to him on the phone. And he definitely says yous are all in for a special treat this year. And even Jess, the dog's agreeing with me. She's moaning in agreement there beside me. So I know how special Christmas is going to be for you and your family this year. So we've got a card with 2 lines on it. What we need to do now is you have to concentrate. Fold them back on each other, and then take one end and fold it to the end of the fold on the other side. And again, make a big crease. You can do this with a spoon or your fingers. So you've got, can you see that? I know it's a wee bit hard with the white card. So it looks like nearly like a birthday card. And what you do is you do that on the other side as well. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you the base, the bottom for your box. So what you have now is a card. I'm going to draw lines on here so you can see them better. So what you have now is your piece of card which you folded at 2 ends, then you folded one side over and made a crease, then you folded the other side over and you made a crease, and now you see the 2 lines in the middle. That's going to be the bottom of your box. Now this is the magic part. You take your ruler and along the long side of your card, just go down, take it right to the edge and draw a line right down the bottom on both sides. So your card looks like this now. So you've got all your folds that you folded over, and then you've drawn 2 lines down the side. Now what you need to do is get your scissors and where every single wee line that comes up on either side, you need to cut that, and that's going to make the shape of your box. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side, so you need to cut 8 all together. So now can you see? So where we had the lines down the sides, we've cut right down under them lines. Now, magic butt. Take 4 wee tabs and fold them in on the line. Can you see that? 4 wee tabs. Keep them this way on the inside where all your lines are. Now get your glue stick and make sure you glue every corner of them wee tabs. And you need to do 4 now, and that's going to make your main box, and then the other 2 at the top is going to make your lid, and we'll show you how to do that now. So you've got your 4 tabs with your glue on them. Lay it flat, and on the side where your line is, just fold that up a wee bit and take 1 tab and stick it, and take another tab and stick it. And this is where the paper clips or the hair clips come in handy, because that will just keep that in place until it dries. So can you see that now? Look, we've got one side of our box, and do that so your wee tabs are on the inside, not the outside, the inside where your pencil line is. Can you see that? And we are going to just put another wee paper clip on there. Now, for your lid, you do exactly the same thing. So on the inside, we've got your pencil marks. You fold the tabs in, or you cut on the line, and you glue them as well. So, lots of Pritt stick or glue stick. I think this is the best. It's it has the least mess, and it dries so quickly. So again, just move your flap up at the side where the pencil mark is, and stick the wee tab to the inside, not the outside. Can you see that? And there we have our box. You just fold your lid over the top. And if you've got any wee edges sticking out, just put a wee bit of glue stick on the inside of it. Now you need to leave them to dry for about 5 minutes. But when they are, and this is why I like the white ones as well, because you can draw, or you can write your Christmas message, or you could decorate them with Christmas stickers, or what, you be as creative as you want. But it's going to look, no, you can never buy this in the shop. This is something that you've made for somebody that you really care about, and that means so much at Christmas. So we have our wee box. It's going to be drying. Give it 2 minutes and it will be dry. And we have one here that we've made already. That's nice and dry. As I say, it's nice Christmas red. You can make them any colour you want to make them. Now we're going to go and check on our chocolate, and hopefully it's dry. Dry. Me making cards dry. Hopefully it's set. So, you put this back down again. Do we see what we're doing? I might need to put them in the freezer for 2 seconds, but we'll just double check now. Okay, so we're going to have to give them another wee minute in the freezer. I've just put them in to harden them up, and it won't take very long. What we're going to be doing in the next video is a wee bit more complicated. You're going to need an adult to help you with this. But this is a great thing that you could be doing with your mummy and daddy, or your granny and granddad. If you're going to see them before Christmas, we're going to be making gingerbread snowmen and decorating them, but it's you're going to be boiling sugar and butter and golden syrup, which gets really hot, really hot. So you're definitely going to need an adult to help you with them. But you are not big sister, big brother, by cousin, maybe, if you can see them. They'll definitely help you make your truffles, and they'll be a great surprise. Your mum and daddy or your granny and granda will love them, absolutely lovely, especially if you decorate your own box as well. So I am going to pause this for 2 seconds, check on them, and I'll be straight back with you. We're back to finish our truffles. So they had a wee bit of time in the fridge and the freezer, and I have got them out now. So these are our molds. They're looking a wee bit messy at the minute because I've taken some of them out, and our mixture in the bowl. And what I've done is I have sieved some cocoa powder onto a plate, because you want to sieve it to get all the lumps out of it. But you could use, if you wanted to, some white chocolate melted, or some milk chocolate melted, and just get a wee spoon when it's melted and just drizzle them over. But I love cocoa powder because your milk chocolate's so sweet. This is nice and wee bit butter, but it just makes your truffles like the ones you get Marks and Spencer's or Thornton's for a fortune. But you are going to make them for a fraction of price. So can you see them? I know the light's very bright, but what I done was the truffles out of the, and don't worry if you don't have these, just pop them out. Can you see that? They just pop out of the wee moulds, and I just roll them in the cocoa powder. And if you don't have a mould, and you don't have to have a mould, all you need is a teaspoon. So just get as big or as small. Now your fingers are going to get messy, so my phone's going to get messy moving this about my big chocolate fingers. But if you can see that, that's just a teaspoon. And as quick as you can, because it really starts melting, just roll it around, pop it in your cocoa powder, and just roll it around in your cocoa powder. And just do the same with them. Now, what I'm going to do is wash my hands, because they're all chocolate, and then we are going to put them in our beautiful wee box that we made, and I'll show you how to wrap them up with a ribbon, and hopefully you'll have decorated them with all your lovely Christmas messages or lovely Christmas stickers, and make it really personal for whoever the special person that you want to give your treat to. Give me 2 seconds to wash these hands. Right, so there's a wee box that we made earlier, and all I've done is put that's just some brown greaseproof paper that I put inside it. But you could use tissue paper or kitchen roll. Sometimes you get kitchen roll, your mum would maybe buy kitchen roll that has like wee like wee Christmas pictures on it. That'd be lovely inside it as well. But you can use anything. I just had some brown greaseproof paper in the box, and all you do is just pop all your truffles in, and you get loads in your box. There we go. Look at that. It's like something you would buy up the town. How impressive is that you've made them yourself, and how impressed with your mommy and daddy or your granny and granddad, whoever you're giving them to, your aunt or your uncle, your big brother, sister. You can't tell them you've made it. So now we've got our box, all our truffles are inside, and what I have is a wee bit of ribbon. But you could use anything. If you've got any string in the house, or you're going to have loads of ribbon at this time of year anyway, and you're wrapping up Christmas presents. So I am just going to wrap this up. So I put it across the top and then swap it underneath. So you've got a wee cross at the bottom. Can you see that? You still got the bit at the top. Then all you do is tie a big bow on it. And you can write your Christmas tags or your lovely Christmas messages. And you've got a wee handmade box full of handmade truffles for Christmas. How pretty is that? But listen, I have to tell you something before I go. If you do make these before Christmas, you have to keep them in the fridge. So if they're presents and you want to keep them surprise, you might have to make them on Christmas Eve, or hide them in the fridge somewhere so whoever you're giving them to doesn't see them. But you have to keep them in the fridge because they've got milk and butter, or sorry, cream and butter, and they will go off, so you have to keep them in the fridge. But once they're in the fridge, they can stay in the fridge for 5 days. But trust me, if you make them, they won't last 5 days. Everybody's going to eat them. So I hope you enjoyed that, and a lovely wee Christmas, homemade Christmas gift. They're the best ones. And I will see you shortly for our gingerbread snowman. See you in a bit. Bye.
Ho, 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 ho!